So here we have Kevin Boulware, who plays...
Charles Kinboat.
Who is Charles Kinboat?
That's an excellent question. I've read the script, read the novel, filmed the movie, gone through the editing. I still don't really know who this man is. He's a very complex character, the most complex character I've ever had to play. He's this professor who has an infatuation with another professor, one of his colleagues, a man named John Shade. And then he also may or may not be the king of a nation that may or may not exist named Zembla.
Sounds like a confusing character. How is your character involved in the plot, and can you give us any hints of how the plot is like related to the book, if it is at all?
Well, I think there are a lot of interesting questions just there. In terms of like the book, what happens in the book is it's pretty much plotless. Well, maybe there is a plot there, but it's impossible for the audience, the reader, to figure out what the plot is. And one of the major hurdles of making this into a film was, giving it a plot that at one first glance, made sense, that was logical, but on the second glance, have that more postmodern element that, well, maybe this isn't very plausible. So, what was the other question?
Is the plot related to the book at all, or did you just answer that?
Yeah. The plot is related to the book, and since it happens in the book, is that King Charles Xavier is ousted from his nation, and he flees to the United States to avoid assassination. The film is reversed a bit, where he's in the United States, and he's trying to evade assassination by going to Zembla.
Sounds like a huge spoiler warning. Like, what will audience and critics say about this film? Like, since it's not related to the books, it's, as you just said, it's reversed.
Well, I mean, critics. Definitely there are going to be some hardcore Nabokov fans who are a bit disappointed by that kind of drastic change in plot. But I think overall, you can't really deny how remarkable this movie is. Even I think if Nabokov was here today and watching this film, I think he would even say that, oh yeah, it's different, but I think it keeps some of the core basic elements of what I was trying to say, what I was trying to do.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Boulware. Zembla comes out December 1st, 2009. Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, man. There's a scene in there where I get thrown off a building. It's incredible. Like, it was amazing. just.
All right, thank you for your time. All right, so here we have Andrew Luff, who plays...
John Shade.
All right, Mr. Luff, please tell us about your character.
My character is a professor at Wordsmith College who writes a book. Throughout the movie, he's being mysteriously stalked by Kinboat, and he's pretty much unaware of it, but just goes along with his normal everyday life.
So it sounds like a minor role. Did you do anything else?
I also was seen in various parts of the movie, although my appearance may not be seen, but more like the back of my body and stuff. And I also helped in editing the movie and writing the script.
You said you worked on script writing. Can you please tell us about it and how it's related to the book, if at all?
Well, in the book, Pale Fire by Nabokov, there's a seemingly real place called Zembla, where a lot of the scenes are depicted in our movie. But in our movie, they are more in an alternate reality than an actual place. And also, there is, some critics may argue that our movie is not that much like the book, but it's more inspired off the book. We didn't try to just create an actual representation of the book, which is why we didn't take the title Pale Fire. We are renaming the book entirely. And so, just if you watch the movie, you'll notice the differences and similarities, but it's more of an individual work.
So how did you use technology to basically overhaul the book into this movie?
Well, we used most stuff that was provided by Georgia Tech, like the cameras, the audio recorders, and the software provided in the library. But towards making an actual Hollywood type movie, we can't really do that because of our budget constraints, which also limited us on our props for most of our scenes. But I felt like we made did with what we had, and it came out pretty well.
All right then, Zembla the movie comes out December 1st, 2009. Anything else you'd like to add, Mr. Love?
Go see it.